we will be setting up a scholarship program which will allow us to work with the universities and colleges of Kosovo, not necessarily just Pristina, to bring some of the best minds to the UK to do part of their education at one of the UK universities. And I think if we are able to achieve this, I think we will be able also to accelerate some of the opportunities of tomorrow's Kosovo. So we are talking to a number of organizations, including the government, who very much support this. We'll be talking shortly also to the Ministry of Education. We've already talked to the Minister of Trade and in Entrepreneurship and the Minister of the Economy about this. They support it, and it has the support of the the Kosovo Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So I mentioned before the Albanian Diaspora Business Network. They are also very keen to help us make this happen, and I think on their agenda are a number of things in the educational sector, and we will work with them in these areas. Another area that we will be working closely with will be finance in general, because part of the whole green agenda will be to attract investment to the region. And of course, for us, the region, it's a two-tier region. It's, for us, the most important region is Kosovo, and beyond that, Western Balkans. And that in order to exacerbate and promote that opportunity, we are working very closely with the world's leading organization in finance, particularly national banks worldwide, called OMFIF, out of London. OMFIF. OMFIF stands for the Official Monetary Financial Investment Fund. Official Monetary Financial Investment Fund, OMFIF. And the chairman, David Marsh, CBE, is somebody I've worked with very closely out of Berlin and London. And they are very enthusiastic about joining us in order to hold some sort of a finance summit in the Balkans in 2022. We would have done it this year, but we thought with the pandemic and the uncertainty, bringing people together, we didn't know if that was very wise, so we put it off to next year. That's a very big area we'll be working with. We're also working very closely with the energy sector. We want to bring some best practice, both in terms of solar energy, to a lesser extent wind energy, but to a greater extent to look at some of the fossil fuel power plants. You have two very large ones in Kosovo, coal-fired power plants. And in this respect, what we've already discussed with government, and you can be the first to hear this officially, we are actually planning to take a mission of Kosovo ministers and important businesses to Denmark in order for ministers to meet and see best practice, and for companies to look at best practice in Denmark and potentially adopt some of these technologies in Kosovo. This is one of the very big things that we will be organizing for 2022. There are other areas. One of the areas that I'm very proud of that I'd like to mention, if you've got time, is I was very involved in Denmark from the very early days in gender parity. And I think gender parity is something which was paid lip service to in the around about 2000, 2001 or 2, meaning how many women did you see, qualified women on boards? Not many. But today, gender parity is very much in focus, and with things like the #MeToo movement and other things like this, what we've also just achieved in the chamber is to set up a women in business advisory group. What we'd like to use this for is to empower young women to think about what difference they can make. Women with skills, to show them through role models of others who have succeeded, what opportunities there are. Because the reason why we are so interested in gender parity is we can see that men and women bring different skills and different ways of looking at things to board level, and the net result is positive. Now, there are, Artina, other areas that we're working on, but all of this will be clothed in our main strategy, which is Kosovo going green. But we're very excited about using the opportunity that we have today to make a difference, to use Kosovo as a model of best practice that can be emanated by others in the region, and to use the best practice that we can bring to the market from the UK, a lot of which, as Becca mentioned, we already talk about in our news section of our website. We promote different news articles of things that could be interesting for our members every week on our website, and we'll continue doing that. So we think that Kosovo has the potential of becoming a sort of hub between the EU and the rest of the Western Balkan region. Many ways, in the same way as Denmark functions, but as a hub between Western Europe and Northern Europe. So as you can hear, we're very empowered and very excited about the potential opportunity of the future. And what's very exciting for us and very reassuring is that we seem to be on the same page as your new government.